Well, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, the 17th of January. Wow, 17th of January already, halfway through the month. Payday was on Friday, which was great. And my name is Dave Rolfe, and this is the Smart Networker. And today we're going to continue on with our series of frequently asked questions. And we're on number three, and the title of number three is I'm new to this, and how does it work, and how do I make a living? And so I'm going to answer it. There are two parts to this video. There's part A and part B, and in between there'll be an opportunity for you to press pause, stop the video, get some questions answered if you want, get a coffee break, and then come back. So to get things underway, and before I turn on the PowerPoint, I've been involved with this business for 32 years. So I've seen a lot. I've experienced a lot. I've enjoyed a lot. I've traveled the world as a result of this business. I've made this business my life work. Um, I was very fortunate with everything that I did, but I did work my tail off, and I looked everywhere I could to make it work, and I learned as much as I could to make it work as well. And of course, that's going to be the watchword for you, is to learn as much as you can so that you can experience and get what you want to get as a result of doing that. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen and we'll get into the PowerPoint and we'll go from there. Okay, frequently asked questions on building an econ business. Number three, I'm new to this. How does it work and how can I make a living? Part A. So I think the best way to understand how this works and what you need to do is going to come from knowing what Nikken is and what they do. And then that's including how you participate and, of course, get a benefit from doing so. For me, I created a lifelong career and lifestyle allowed me to take care of my family, to do what I wanted when I wanted, and then while helping many others around the world become more aware of what they could do to enjoy their lives. That's truly one of the most unique concepts where you actually get to live life and create a wonderful lifestyle all at the same time. All said, it took a few years to do, but in the end, far, far less time than what others do in the jobs that they have to create their goals. If we look at society, we're basically all consumers. I mean, everyone is engaged in consumption of some kind. Food, air, water, entertainment, sports, general stuff, cars, houses, clothes, and for today, some people snow, and this list could go on forever, right? And and that's why people work, so they can earn enough that allows them to go out and consume what they can afford to consume or what they can buy on credit or make payments for. And so therefore people need to work to do something to get the job done, correct? So the question becomes what or where do people work? And the answer is wherever they can, and it's usually based on education or what they become aware of or where their personal interests lie or what lead them to, and of course based on necessity or desires, needs and wants and what's available. So, well, here's a suggestion, and it's called distribution. And if you can find out what people need or want, and then put yourself in between them and the manufacturer, and then provide them what the manufacturer is creating, the rest, as they say, is history. And the plan that Nikken created allows you to do just that. Create a distribution business that is yours, utilizing their lifestyle products and technologies, which are focused on what we all need and want and consume daily. Very important. Now, by positioning ourselves as the distributors of these technologies and products, we can provide what people need and want. And it's really an awesome solution to creating the lifestyle that you want and by servicing other people. Now, it works by word of mouth. And when someone gets a benefit in using the products, they tell others. When someone does well in the business, then of course they're going to tell others. And it works when people do the activities that have been proven to create the results, which is sharing them with other people. And of course, finding out what others need and want in terms of their health, their lifestyle, or their income needs. Now, certain activities create the results that are desired, and using social media to attract attention by placing ads in publications or on the internet, by contacting friends or family, by finding out what they need and want, and by presenting our solutions, using Nikken to those that have problems or challenges or issues or desires, by being a professional and getting out into society and promoting what you do. And then, of course, by building an organization of like-minded individuals that really want to do the same thing that you do and get the results that they want. In our industry, that if we take a look at it overall, it's a very lucrative industry. In the last few decades, it's grown considerably. There's approximately 60 million sales consultants worldwide, and they contribute to over $114 billion in annual sales. So it goes without saying that direct sales distribution certainly plays a large role in the economic sector. And if we look at the categories, the top one is wellness, and that's what we're involved with. If we look at the demographics, 75% are women, 25% are men, and 22% are Hispanic. So it's truly an opportunity for the 21st century, no question about it. We're a benefits-driven society, that's for sure. And the compensation plan that Nikken has allows one to earn commissions, rebates, overrides, bonuses, and incentives. I mean, you can earn cash, money, rewards points called Nikken Bucks, travel allowances, major trips. And they're all based on doing certain activities and getting specific results by helping others get the benefits that they want. There's no set way that you must do things. But there are suggested ways based on what you need or want or your particular situation. You can start off small and you can build over time, or you could jump in full time, full speed, full tilt. All results are going to be based on what an individual does, the length of time that they've been involved, and the number of people that they've helped. And no matter what kind of income or lifestyle you want, the ability to make it and get it lies within the plan Nikken has created. Now, the basics of building a Nikken business are simple. It's finding customers, then finding your team, and then developing leaders that really want to make this grow and expand. Now, it's done with retail and recruiting distributors. So let's take a look at how this might work out. So there you are. There's a picture of you and your team, and you've got, signing up of new distributors, you've got your retail sales activity, and then you've got the creation of other independent distributors and their teams. And in reality, this is what I've experienced and seen, since I got started many, many years ago. Now, your business starts by building your team. And on this particular page, you got two things that we're going to discover. Your business starts by finding interested individuals that want to become distributors, and then you build a team because they see that by doing so, they can get what they want. That's a key. The idea is you build it once and it continues to deliver, kind of like you write the book and then it continues to deliver as you move on down the line. Now, you get a distributor like yourself, and as they continue to build their business, it grows and you continue to earn from what they do every month that there is production in that group. Now, in this particular category of earning, the company will pay 6% on any leader's commissionable volume and up to 6 levels below when you are qualified. Now, here's the instruction. You want to check out the policies and procedures, and they'll give you the full details of what is required. Now, in the graphic, you can see here you are at the top, and then your objective is to find your 3 key partners and then help them do the same thing, and then it goes down to 6 levels below you. Okay. Now, in theory, and how an organization grows, this is, again, from my experience, the further down you develop your group, the larger the number of distributors you will have. You can see by the example on the right side of this page. So the concept is, if your goal is to get 3, and then you teach that, then in theory, it grows at the same or a similar rate all the way down. So if we look at the right and look at the graphic, so you sponsor 3 on your front line, who each do the same. Well, that would create 9 on your second level. And if they did the same thing, that would create 27 on the third, 81 on the fourth, 243 on the 5th, and 729 on the 6th. Now, again, this is theory. I want to tell you it doesn't work that way. It's more random, and we'll get into that randomness in a bit. So, in starting your business, this is what I did. I sponsored George. He was a friend and a business associate, and he was in between gigs, and he needed to make a living, and he liked what Nikken had to offer, and we sat down and we discussed the program, and he decided he wanted to play. So once he was on board, and based on what I was taught, my first priority was to help him build his team. So he found and sponsored Jay, and then Jay went out and sponsored Al, and Al was really motivated and built a team very quickly. And with all our help, we went down another 4 levels. So we went down to the 7th level below us. We created a team of 43 distributors and customers, and this made up, the 4 of us got to the first leadership level, which we call silver, and I'll give an explanation of that. So the titles of leadership, the ranks. Now in our business, and pretty much all throughout this industry, titles of leadership, or the ranks, were given names. And they were names of precious metals or precious stones, diamond, ruby, emerald, silver, gold, platinum, or some version of these names. Just like in corporate America, it's a manager, general manager, vice president, senior vice president, all of those kind of things, president and CEO. And so in Nikken, each of our leadership levels has a name, and each opens the door to the ability to earn more based on the depth of your organization. So for example, a silver in the first leadership level, you can earn 6% bonuses down 2 levels below you. At gold goes down 3 levels below you, a platinum 4 levels, a diamond 5 levels, and a royal diamond 6. Now again, you want to consult the policy and procedures for the specific details and qualifications to earn from these bonuses. And they can be really pretty spectacular. I'll say that from personal experience. So let's see how this works. So now that you take a look at this picture again, the structure, it grows, and all of a sudden the value of building depth takes on a whole new meaning. Because it's how one can create a business of distributors and earn a great living in the process. Now, in the Part B video, I'm not sure if you can see that on your screen, but I'm going to show you the specifics of how this grows and how much you can earn. But again, the 3 get the 3 is 9, 9 get the 3 get 27, etc., all the way down, and as that's the theory of the growth of your organization. Okay, so in summary, how does this work? And how do you make a living? Well, this is an opportunity to create a distribution business with Nikken. We market lifestyle products that everyone needs and uses every day. The business works by word of mouth, by finding out what people need or want. We're all on the same plan created by Nikken, which makes it real easy to learn and pass on. The plan pays out in many different ways: commissions, rebates, overrides, bonuses, travel rewards, product rewards, programs, and of course company travel bonuses. From experience, for almost 32 years, the majority of income that can be earned comes from building a distribution network and earning the bonuses from that group's production. Now in the next video, Part B, I'm going to show you a detailed plan of this in action. And this is designed to create an income of up to $10,000 or more, and how it all plays out, what you need to do to make it work so that you can take advantage of this very unique program. In the meantime, now would be a great time to get your questions answered and make sure that you understand what's been said so far. But if you're good to go, then just proceed on to the video Part B. So when you know how it works, then it's real easy to make it work. When you know what you want, then you can go get it. So when you combine these two thoughts, it becomes a lot of fun getting what you want. So please contact the person that sent you this video to get started, or press pause to take a break and then go on to Part B. Okay, frequently asked questions on building a Nikken business, Part B. I'm new to this. How does it work? And how do I make a living? Well, welcome back. This is Part B. So let's do a quick review and then dive into an example of building a distributorship. Now, this is an opportunity to create a distribution business with Nikken. We market lifestyle products that everyone needs and uses every day. The business works by word of mouth and by finding out what people need or want. We're all on the same plan created by Nikken, which makes it easy to learn and pass on. The plan pays out in many different ways: commissions and rebates and overrides, bonuses, travel rewards, product rewards program, and company travel bonuses. Now, from experience, almost 32 years now, the majority of income that can be earned comes from building a distribution network and then earning the bonus income from them. Now, you saw in the Part A video how that works and what you need to do. In this video, I will show you a detailed look at creating a residual income of anywhere up to $10,000 a month and more, based strictly on what the plan states you should earn or could earn when you create the right structure, the right number of distributors, and the necessary volumes. So this is an illustration of a $10,000 up residual income. And this is based on my experience, my own business, and this is what it might look like for a monthly income of 10 grand. And this is a result of what doing the right activities creates. Now, before we get into it, I want to define a few of these terms that are being used here, and we'll start at the blue line, level. So level means the level of the team in your organization. So you've got first level, second level, third level, fourth level, and fifth level. And that would be generations of your business. Q leaders, qualified leaders. Now, these are the leaders in your organization that have reached that first leadership level or above, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, as we discussed and you saw in the terminology there. And then the next is ALCV, which is the average leadership commissionable volume. So on average, these leaders are going to produce about 1,157 points, and this is, of course, in our example here, on a monthly basis, and you're earning 6% of that. So if you took the 144 and multiplied that by 1157, you'd get that total commissionable volume, which is the next column of 166,666. You earn 6% of that. And then multiply that, you get a $10,000 earnings, which you see on the very far right. The wholesale points and the resale points are used for qualification purposes and reaching rank, and that's a whole different thing. And again, you're going to see very shortly what that's all about. And then the ALGV, which is the average leaders group volume outside of their leadership. So these are the retail customers or the new directs or the new executives that are in their business starting to build. And then the next column is the average number of sales that go on in one of these organizations, about 14 is on average. And then the team size, how many people are in their actual team outside of their qualified leaders. So this is an example. This is not perfect. This is not necessarily what's going to happen, but to give you an idea of how it works so that you can get your wits around playing the game and developing it. So at the bottom here, qualifications. In order to earn any of the benefits offered by Nikken, there are specific requirements that need to be met, and these are all called qualifications. They're not difficult, but they need to be known and understood. So please refer to the company policies and procedures. An example, in order to earn any income, one needs to create $100 in volume, either from a sale or a purchase. And in order to earn any bonus from the leaders in your organization, you need to meet the personal group volume requirements, either 1,000 or 1,500 in personal group volume points, either wholesale or retail. So again, go to the policies and procedures for the specific details. This is put out here as a training module and to give you an example of how it works to get your feet wet, so to speak. Okay, now we're going to work this backwards and then we're going to work it forwards. So first I'm going to work it backwards and I'm going to do it real fast so you can see how it grows, and then we're going to work it forwards. And in the working it backwards, it's simply looking at two things. One, the numbers of qualified leaders, and then number two, the earnings that are involved. So if we drop this back to the previous level, so there's no fifth level, you just got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can see the fourth level and what their job is. And we're going to come back and build this, and we're going to do this fast. And then it goes down to the third level, and then it goes down to the second level, and then it goes down to the first. So in building the business, the first gets the second gets the third gets the fourth gets the fifth. So you kind of get an idea of how it's going to grow and who's going to do the work. Now we'll tear it apart piece by piece. And by the way, on daverolf.com at the end of today, this will be recorded. You'll be able to watch this, but you'll also be able to download the PDF of this so you can print off any particular page. So the development of the fifth comes from the leaders on the fourth. Okay, I want you to understand this is really crucial. The potential here is huge. So if you got 60 qualified people on the fourth and they're all playing the same game of looking for their 3 people, then potentially you could have 180 or more on your fifth level and beyond that. Now, for our example, I stopped at 40, as you could see from the previous graph here, which then created this $10,000 a month earning. But in reality, it's going to be a lot more and it's going to be a lot deeper. But the concept here to understand is the people that are creating the fifth level and the income that's generated. So by the time you got down to your fourth level, you're around the $7,000 per month range. Okay, let's move it one step backwards. You have no fifth and you have no fourth. So once again, it will be the leaders on the third level that help you, and with the help of the second level, and then help you create the fourth and the fifth. And as far as the income goes, when you're down about the first 3 levels in your organization, you're looking at an income of about $4,000 per month. If we back it out one more, we're down to the second. You're under, then at this point in time, looking at it, you'd be underway. You have your team starting and growing, and the rest will happen and directing their attention and building their depth. And this does take some time, but the key to understanding time is how long does it take to create one silver or one leader? And then from there, you can then plan and strategize. And each new distributor is on the same plan that you are. So it's a simple process, and we call it duplication. And then here, of course, is the first level of you've got your 3 qualified people, and they're there to build number 2, build number 3. And this is why it's so important to have partners that are on the same page as you are. So because together, the two of you create and build, and that's where the fun is. That's really where the fun is. And it does take some work and it does take some effort, but the rewards are truly spectacular. And of course, here's where it starts. Okay, so here you are and you have nobody on your team. So the object is then to find your 3 frontline partners. And they're on the same page as you are. And this is done over time and one at a time. And who they are is not yet known. But by going out and finding out what is needed and or wanted and showing them the Nikan solutions, then asking them to join you, you'll find them. And we've proven this for the past 47 years. And I've done this personally many times. And thousands of people all over the world have done this many times. So this is something we know how it works and what gets done. So to start, you want to create a list to talk to. Plan with your sponsor on how you're going to approach each one. And it could be one-on-one. It could be doing a Zoom meeting. It could be doing some kind of 3-way call using somebody that's been involved for a while, or any number of ways. But the results will come about because you communicate the concepts and the ideas that you're learning here and in other parts of your training program. So once you have your 3 key leaders and somebody that wants to play, then your first objective is to help that person get to the first leadership level with the 6,000 volume points. Now, the best and easiest way is to push deep, like we see on the chart with George and the example you got in the first video. Now, we used to call this taprooting. In other words, it's building depth. Now, obviously, each new distributor is following the same plan, as we all do. And this will create leaders, customers, and a very productive organization. And this is repeated until you have at least 3 legs with a team leader, somebody that's reached at least a silver level, and a group of distributors and customers in their personal groups. And this will set up your growth and expansion into the future. All right, now let's move on to the next page here. So now you've got your 3 key people, and they're going to build the 12 on the next level. I created it, at random, not just a 3x3, but it goes in different numbers. At the bottom there, you can see the ideal of where we're trying to get to. So in this particular situation, your first and then your second and then your third front line, the objective is to help each get their 3 front line or more, and then keep pushing the depth. So we see the graphic, you 3 and then the 3 underneath them, which created the 12. And the activities then are more focused on your team's activity below you. You know, it's not just what, you know, you also want to make sure that your personal group's active and, you know, your customers are taken care of so that you stay qualified to earn what's going on. But here's the important, the growth will come from each new level's participants, their intentions, their desires, their needs, their wants, and of course your direction and the overall guidance given in the game that we're all playing. Okay, so now you've got your first level, you got your 3 qualified people up top, and then you got your second level. They created 12 qualified leaders up there, and now they're going to develop the next group. Okay, so we're operating on 3 by 3, so 12 times 3 would be 36, right? So I only have 30 here. And again, that volume shows up on this level. This is what they're producing. Well, look at the income that created just by developing this group of 30. And that's this group that's doing it. Where are you? You're way up here somewhere. So now the third level of 30 new leaders will be created by the 12 leaders on your second level and the 3 from your first. And there will also be a number of distributors who reach gold and platinum and diamond, including yourself. You will now be able to get paid down further once the group grows to the lower levels of the 4th, 5th, and 6th and beyond. So you will now have leaders that were also making this happen on their own without your help. And I'm not showing any under the 3rd level at this point in this example, but based on experience, there's definitely going to be stuff on the 3rd level or below the 3rd level. I mean, that's just the way it is. I just want you to understand how it grows and who makes it happen. Really important to understand, because I think people get overwhelmed that they have to do it all. No, that's what's so wonderful about this. Okay, so now let's look at the building of the 4th level. It's primarily the 3rd level that builds the 4th. Interesting. You're up above, you've got your first generation, your first level, those 3 qualified guys. They built the second of 12 people. Those 12 built the third of 30. Now that group, okay, the 40 that are going to be built on the 4th level is going to happen by the 30 leaders on the 3rd. Now this could generate some real nice income. As you can see on the right, it's about $11,268. And you get your income from your second and your residual, and your income from your first residual. And and you also have enough volume to be a Royal Diamond, top level. So now you should understand why the deeper you go, the larger everything gets. And in this particular illustration for training purposes, the real results can be much different, of course, as it depends on who does what. You know, I've seen both smaller and larger numbers. The key point is to see how the income is made and what activities must be done to create the organization that then creates the volume that provides the benefits. Okay, so now building the 5th level, and again, in this picture, the team of levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 are building the 5th, and deeper for sure. And if you add up the potential, the income showing is well over 10,000 at this mark, and it will continue to grow down many levels as each new level brings in new life and new people to build new dreams. So the key to the growth is the direction of the organization that's given and the intention of those that are doing the work. And from my experience, I've seen this grow 10 to 20 times this size. So sky's the limit, right? Okay, so goals made. Now we're at the top. You got your five levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 144 qualified leaders. They're doing an average of this, 1157. They're doing a total CV of 166, and you've got a residual income of $10,000 per month. Now, I didn't put anything below the 5th level, but there's going to be 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th level and volume. And you got to understand that the 2nd level wants to go down 6, the 3rd level wants to go down 6, the 4th level wants to go down 6, and that's the beauty of this business. So now you have a complete picture of them working it backwards and forwards. And the key is finding individuals that want to go after what they want. And they realize that being involved with Nikken and becoming a distributor, their goals can become a reality. So when you know how it works, then it's easy to make it work. When you know what you want, you can go get it. And when you combine these two thoughts, it becomes a lot of fun getting what you want. So please contact the person that sent you this video, and hopefully you'll get started, and hopefully we'll see you somewhere on the Niken Highway. I'm going to stop the share here. All right. Well, thanks for being on the call today. I hope you appreciated that. We're now going to end off and go to a live Q&A. But thanks for being on, and enjoy, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye for now.